Continuing on, catching up GAC 3s, I posted my Galactic Challenges 3 video, and someone very astutely pointed out that there is overlap with the first round of GL requirements for the new set anyway, and Jedi Knight Luke. Again, astutely pointed that out, very correct. Even though correct is binary, you're either incorrect or you're correct, but very correct, sick. Which then brings me to, you better believe that Jedi Knight Luke is probably, almost definitely, going to be a requirement to unlock either the new Luke or the new Palpatine. More likely the new Luke. In fact, I've heard a number of people say that the requirements for the new Luke, at least thus far, seem easier. So you have to know that CG is going to throw a wrench in there and make Jedi Knight Luke a requirement for old fart Luke. I mean, that really should be a foregone conclusion at this point. Listen, CG's going to find ways to throw wrenches in it, or, try to force people to spend. That's just the way it is. To quote Heath Ledger's Joker, if you're good at something, never do it for free. So, look, they've been putting out this game for over 5 years, and even for me, someone who's fairly disenfranchised, for the most part, it's been enjoyable. Less so lately, of course, particularly with GAC 3s, with the GLs. But by and large, I've really enjoyed my time and money spent on this game, if only for the fact that it's Star Wars. We're all Star Wars fans. Most of us are Star Wars nerds. Most of us are, cult followers of Star Wars. So yes, to that extent and degree, I have enjoyed this game. There are still pockets of moments when I still enjoy the game, even with my the sour taste in my mouth of certain recent things. Again, most notably GAC 3s with GLs, and then a lot of recycled content. But I still overall have had a positive experience with this game. Certainly, if you average it out over the past 5.5, 6 years, or whatever it is. By the way, the anniversary is coming up in the game again, so get ready for those packs and hopefully some gift or gifts, either in the form of free stuff or a new release separate and apart from the 3 that we have already been notified about. But getting back to GAC and the GLs, oh my god, GAC 3s and GAC 5s even are going to be, and to an extent TW, are going to be fucking insane. 4 GLs? I don't even want to think about what GAC is going to look like with 4 GLs available. TW, I really don't care what that looks like because I haven't been a TW officer for over a year, so that responsibility lies on other people's shoulders, not mine. On the occasion that I do show up, I just show up and do a few battles. Quite honestly, I'd say 3 of the last 4 TWs I just haven't battled at all. Mostly because we've faced cupcakes, but I don't even bother. And as I mentioned in one of my recent videos, expect for a lot of original trilogy characters to be required to be relicked for these new GLs, because it would be way too easy for the requirements to be First Order and or Resistance characters to be relicked, because most of those characters are already relicked, and CG's not going to make any money off of that. So, you have been forewarned. Anecdotally, or circumstantially, or both, Arnold has had some quite prescient things to say about the game recently. Almost so much so that it might be a little bit suspect. He has been pretty much spot on with predictions, or even, alluding to certain things. His allusions have been noticeably prescient. That's all I'm going to say about that. And that's all I have to say about that. But, yep. So, keep an ear out for Arnold. Circumstantially, there might be something there. It'd be really funny if this big public fight back and forth with Arnold and CG is just a cover for him to be in the know about upcoming things. You know what? It wouldn't be the dumbest thing, right? Because CG had so many fucking leaks historically with characters and releases and upcoming changes. It would not be too far-fetched for them to have said, you know what, we've had so many leaks, let's at least control the leaks. And not unlike the White House, or really any other prominent entity, control the leaks by giving the information to a specific person or persons so that it can be leaked but controlled without mass hysteria. Stranger things have happened, and stranger tactics have been employed. So, I don't know, who knows? But, whatever. And I don't even necessarily begrudge, if that's the case, I don't even begrudge CG or Arnold that at all. It's just, it would be, even if it's never copped to by either party, which is fine, at least there is some form of reliable, quote-unquote, communication, I guess you could say. So, that's that. What else? I'm not gonna talk about Wisconsin, because I can't. I really can't. I really, really can't. So don't ask me about Wisconsin. If you do, I'm not going to answer about Wisconsin. I've already had this conversation. I feel like for each of the last few months, it's just the same conversation over and over again. So if you are a regular supporter of my channel and or are in my Discord server, you know what my stance on the matter, or stances on these matters, are. So other than that, we're not going to go into that. Joe Biden picked Kamala Harris as his running mate. I was not displeased by that. She is, not unlike Joe Biden, a friend to Wall Street, or comparatively so to other Democrats. She is a former San Francisco, actually she's the former San Francisco DA and former Attorney General of California. So I really like that. I like former prosecutors, even though there are many who do not. But with that being said, the president's numbers have actually gone up in recent days as the stock markets hit new highs. Um, in fact, the stock market has hit successive new highs for, I think, each of the last 3 days or so. So that's definitely brought his polling numbers up. The COVID numbers are on their way down, despite a very still very, very high rate of infection and positive tests, but the numbers are evening off a little bit. Anecdotally, I saw an article about how, although not necessarily by our design, herd immunity is becoming a thing. So there's that.